Yeah. Hair flip. Yeah, I'm a badass bitch. I don't like it. Hair flip. Yeah. Oh my god. So you guys should be happy. Oh my goodness. Hair flip. But anyways, hair flip. And hair flipping on these hoes. Hi.
Hello everyone and welcome back to your boy SeanDavieWay. Today we are here to survive Astroworld. We are here to talk about the incident to where allegedly a stampede happened as the artist approached the stage at Travis Scott's Astroworld. And due to the artists approaching the stage as they came on, the excitement of the crowd, they all rushed the stage, and in the process, 8 people lost their life and over 300 people were injured. So we are going to get into the breakdown of that. It seems more so of a ritualistic massacre as more details are divulged, as more witnesses come forward. It seems as if there is something very sinister behind all of these things that happen to these teenagers and, kids in their 20s basically that are at this concert, and a lot of them allegedly lost their lives. There is a post going around of a nurse that works in the ER in the part of Texas, Houston to be exact, to where these people were transferred to after coming from the concert. And the nurse states that there was at least 12 kids in their 20s that passed away from cardiac arrest, not even getting into the people that lost their lives due to the stampede. So this number told that they have is clearly over 8. I believe that they are showing this number 8 because it is very symbolic and they want to have that number 8 pushed into our brain. Let's get into some of the reasons why I think this number 8 is so significant and so specific. And in part 2, we will do a full breakdown in what we're going to be getting into in numerology due to Astroworld. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, in America, most people fear the numbers like 13 or 666. But have you ever heard of octophobia? It is a fear of the number 8. If you're afraid of more than one number, you have arithmophobia. In the United States, octophobia is not that common because the number 8 is not a ubiquitous symbol of bad luck, the devil, or superstitions. Americans more likely have a phobia of the numbers 13 and 666. But did you know that there are a lot of people, especially due to certain religions and if you practice Wicca or things in that nature, fear the number 8. In order to understand octophobia, it is necessary to learn about the various meanings of ascribed to the number. The number 8 is a holy number in many cultures, which carries a great deal of power. The number 8 symbolizes balance and inner stability. It is a message from the angels that you need to settle things in your head and make peace with yourself. That's the only way to make spiritual progress in your life. So 8 people allegedly passed away during this Astroworld concert. So was this a meaning of them stating that they needed to make inner peace in their head and with their mind? Making inner peace, especially when people do, is before death. Before you pass on, you want to make inner peace with your mind so that you can have inner peace internally. So were these people supposed to be making peace of some sort, Travis, at this concert as a symbol of the meaning of the number 8, which once again is balance and inner stability, making peace with something. It is very, very, if you look at it, demonic, because everything with satanic is backwards. So if the number 8 is a good meaning, biblically, then in Satanism, it is the opposite. The event arena could only hold about 50,000 people, which during COVID is unheard of. It shouldn't have been that many people there, especially without COVID precautions. There were none. A lot of the people that showed verification that they had the immunizations to be able to get in, a lot of people didn't even have the right paperwork. Some people said that you can just flash anything to get in, without showing that you actually had the vaccination. So it was just so many things that were happening that shouldn't. But Texas officials came forward to state that the concert event only held 50,000 people. There were nearly over 200,000 people in attendance at this show. You want proof? Watch the next clip.
What the calculation for the footprint that was going to be used for the event, if we applied the assembly occupancy, the fire code assembly occupancy formula, they could have had over 200,000 people in this venue. Okay, that's just based on math. This venue was limited to 50,000 in that component.
Kylie Jenner states that Travis Scott did not know of any fatalities until after Astroworld concert ended. Travis Scott and his partner Kylie Jenner said they were devastated to learn that at least 8 people, including teenagers, died after a chaotic crowd surged towards a stage where the rapper was performing at Friday's Astroworld Festival in Houston. Jenner, the cosmetics mogul and reality star, said the two were not aware of the fatalities until after the show. A video reconstruction by the Washington Post shows Scott's concert continued despite desperate pleas for help from the crowd, stopping roughly an hour after concert goers were in distress with the yelling for help and trying to get officials to stop the show. Attendees described the chaos like hell and partying in a graveyard, and the music played on at the Apple Music live stream continued. So we know that can be more of a lie. Travis, you clearly knew exactly what was going on, and we're going to display that throughout this video. There are going to be a lot of parts to where you just hear the background music of the video because there is copyrighted music being played, and I want to be able to show everything. So that is why you're just going to be hearing, but there are the thumbnails and certain images that display text so you can see what is happening throughout the majority of these videos. So once again, my apologies that I cannot play the audio from them, but you do hear the certain chantings and you will be able to read them.
The Astroworld, horrible, man. I couldn't even enjoy the show this year. It was crazy. I had to get out. I was one of the people struggling to get out. And I'm a big dude, so it's pretty scary to think about the people that were under a foot shorter than me, man. I mean, it's a crazy experience and something that I don't think anybody was expecting. I've been to the last couple Astroworlds, and I mean, this year was just, something was different. It was just, the energy was crazy, man. I can't even begin to put it into words for you guys, but so I'm gonna take a couple days off from posting because I literally watched somebody die right in front of me, and I'm still kind of in shock about it. I've never seen anything like that in my life, and just want everyone to stay safe, and everyone just cherish moments that you guys have with everyone. You never know when it's going to be your last day, so everyone stay safe and have a good rest of y'all's weekend.
Yeah, so I got a few comments about a story time. So yeah, so basically about this girl that passed away in front of me, which I can't even believe I'm saying that right now, bro. I literally cannot believe I'm saying that. But anyways, so basically I was to begin with, up in like the pits, up towards the front, not all the way at the front, but towards the front. And like I said the last video, I couldn't do it. And I've been to the last Astroworld, I've been to multiple Travis concerts, and this was just different, bro. Like I couldn't do it. I was so squished. I literally like started having like kind of like a panic attack. I was so squished. I was like so compressed against people. It was just scary, bro. Like I started freaking out. So I just made my way towards the back exit. So the way it was set up was there was like a pit, a barrier, and like a walkway, and then another pit and a barrier and a walkway, and then behind that barrier and walkway was the VIP section, and it's kind of above everyone. So yeah, I was on that second pit. So there's a pit, barricade, pit, and I was in that second pit right here. And I got to that barricade that was close to the VIP section, and that's when I climbed over. And as soon as I got over, I was just helping a bunch of people over, because I mean, I was one of many that couldn't do it. And like I said, it's crazy to think about, because like I said in the last video, I'm a big dude, and I mean, I'm helping like little girls over that are like, you know, 5'6", 5'2", 5'4". I just can't even imagine like how horrible that must have been. Like they really probably thought they were gonna die, which is crazy. But yeah, I get over the fence, and this girl gets helped over, but she is out cold, bro, like completely out. And I don't know if it was her boyfriend or whoever she was with, but whoever she was with started crying like hysterically, and just like, she's not waking up, there's no pulse. And bro, it's like giving me chills right now thinking about this shit, bro. But they started giving her CPR, and I mean, nothing, bro. Literally pretty much the whole Travis performance, they were giving her CPR, and they're like, where's the paramedics? Because I mean, bro, like literally, like it took the paramedics probably 30 minutes to get through, and once they got through, they tried to do CPR on her and nothing. Then they started carrying her out on a stretcher, bro, and they dropped the stretcher, and her body, like just her lifeless body, just topples over onto the ground again. And they like pick her back up and put her back on the stretcher. I mean, bro, I can't even, oh God, bro, like I can't even, it was horrible. It's so hard for me to talk about that. I can't even, like, bro, it's seriously, like, it makes me sick, bro. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I mean, that's really all I saw. I tried to look away after that because I started like feeling lightheaded when I saw that. It's just like something I never thought I'd see in my life, especially at Astroworld, bro. Like somewhere you're trying to have fun at, like with your friends, just something you look forward to. You'd never think you're seeing something like that. But yeah, that's...
Now, this young man has been to Astroworld concerts before. This is not his first time being a concert goer. And he stated that with this Astroworld, it was very demonic. And one thing you will notice throughout hearing all of these concert goers, the survivors that made it out of there, they state that it was very demonic, that it was evil. It was like partying in a graveyard to, you know, watch all of these people just on the ground. And if you also pay attention with the people that survived, they all state how everybody knew what was going on. Everybody could clearly see what was happening. And a lot of these witnesses state that they saw people on the ground and they saw, you know, people allegedly dead before the stampede even started. So make sure you pay attention to that. Make sure you pay attention to how these people are stating there were people already on the ground. We were walking past dead bodies, stepping on dead bodies. How is there only a death toll of 8? If all of these different witnesses saw different dead bodies, and on top of them seeing different dead bodies, they were all in different parts of the event. They were not, this is a huge event place, okay? It's not like all of this happened in one area. So once again, with that death toll, there is no way only 8 people died. But let's keep going. That's why I feel like the number 8 is very significant, and why they keep trying to push this number 8, because spiritually I feel that there is a reason. Demonically, I feel that there is a reason they're pushing this number 8, knowing that the death toll was much higher. But let's keep going. What if I told you that Astroworld and the stampede and the deaths seem planned, maybe even from a year ago? Now, I'm not going to state that, you know, I'm saying this as actual factual, but there was this Fortnite video that was going around a year ago. Fortnite does deals and brand deals with artists, you know, like Ariana Grande and others that have featured on the game Fortnite. And in Travis Scott's case, if you pay attention, you're going to see that it's very demonic. And I also want you to pay attention to how they plot and how they state what's going to happen to Travis. Listen to where it's going to happen, what's going to happen, and notice that Travis is not real. So that means that whatever they're planning, Travis is not going to get hurt in this process, just like what happened at Astroworld at this concert. I'll be right back with my commentary after this very short video.
He's perfect. He looks exactly like the real thing. Chaos Agent does good work, doesn't he?
Yes, sir. People won't suspect a thing.
Good. It's time we send this island the message, and it happens tonight. I trust everything is ready and the stage is built.
Yes, sir. The stage is rigged to explode during Travis Scott's set.
Good. Make the announcement about the concert. I want as many players there as we can get. We're gonna blow a hole in this island.
Now, it states that, the stage is supposed to blow and Travis is supposed to be on stage when this happens. And it's more so to hurt and harm the concert goers. Like the Fortnite video says, the players. So they're bringing certain people here so that they can hurt certain people. Okay. So why is this even a plot? Think about it. They're stating that this is going to happen at a Travis Scott concert. This video is from over a year ago. If you look at this screenshot that I have on the screen right now, this is over a year ago. A year basically to the date. And what do you know? There's this big tragedy that happens at a Travis Scott concert. This is very subliminal. This is definitely letting us know of the future. There's been other cases of this happening, and it's very eerie, but at the same time, Travis Scott on fire in a devilistic type of situation on the stage. And then they also state that we're going to bring a decoy here for everybody else to be hurt and harmed, but he's going to be just fine. Very demonic.
Astroworld and what happened, because I feel like it's pretty bad, and I think there should be some coverage on it. Okay, I got there probably around 1. I was finally went through all the lines and the security and all that shit to get into the festival. I like to point out that they were not they didn't care about COVID. You literally just showed them and they would glance at it and you could go in. You could literally show any type of verification that you didn't have COVID, and it could be fake and they wouldn't even know. At one point they stopped scanning wristbands too, because this they would scan, but they just started telling people to raise their hand up and walk through. So that's also another thing. But when I got into the festival, I immediately said to my boyfriend, I was like, there's way too many people here. This is about to be completely flooded, packed with people. For most of the festival, I will say that I was in line for literally this for 4 hours. So I'm just going to talk about, I only saw SZA perform and I saw Travis perform. This is the lineup. So I got out of line around 7:30 and saw Travis at 8:45. So the first performance I saw was SZA, and hers was super chill. I was just in the back, and she's a chill artist, so I really wasn't expecting people to be going crazy. But literally the first crazy thing I saw, I guess, was the dude to my left just dropped dead to the floor, passed out. Full body weight, just down on the ground, and then yeah. He was fine though. He got up and his girlfriend was just what the fuck just happened, and they kind of just walked away. But that was the first kind of okay. And it is a festival, so I understand people are smoking, drinking, taking stuff. I understand that, but it's kind of just odd to see that shit in front of you. Okay, so it's 8 o'clock. We leave SZA to go start getting close for Travis, and we decide to get food. So as we're getting food, the timer for Travis to come on comes on his set, and the music they're playing is just so fucking eerie. It's so creepy. It's not it's not like anybody's music. It's just weird beats, some samples, I don't know, it's just weird. So Travis comes on. I'm kind of towards the back, so it's not super crazy for me. But 5 minutes in, fucking one ambulance and another ambulance and another paramedic just start fucking running past me, start trying to get through the crowd. I know at one point they were screaming stop the performance, because so many people were passing out and literally dying. people were making it obvious to Travis that things were not okay. I can't find the video anymore, but there was literally a video of, So, as I was talking about in the last video, the video that I couldn't find was a video of literally 4 people on the ground getting CPR from just different paramedics in the middle of a mosh pit. It was just a crazy ass video, and I don't know where the fuck it went. It was so fucking weird. Scary. Here are just like the little weird things that I've like heard of and like noticed while I was there. I personally can't really say much about the festival itself because I was in line from 3 to 7, so I kind of just was in line. I know that the water bottles that they were selling were $7, and the free filtered water was probably a 3-hour line to like get it. I heard that there was only 2 defibrillators for the entire festival. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what I heard. So Metro Boomin never came on. He was the opener for the festival, and he never came on. And Master P was the performer after him. And the last thing that Master P said before he got off stage was, "Don't die tonight." Which I don't think is that weird. I mean, he probably knows how crazy Travis's fan base is. Like, everybody knows that, but yeah. I just think there could have been a lot of precautions taken to prevent a lot of the things that happened. There were multiple people that died, and one of those people that died was literally 10 years old. Age limits, smaller capacities, more security, like it all could have been maintained. There was a tree next to me, and there was like people climbing in and shit, and Travis literally stopped and was like, "Let's get ready to motherfucker." And Travis is known for encouraging, like, let's get crazy, let's rage, like, let's, like, you know, whatever. I am not trying to say put this on Travis. It was just so fucking weird. Like, I could go into like my personal opinion on like what happened. Like, it felt demonic and satanic as fuck. And like I'm wearing a cross right now, but like I'm not even fucking religious, like 0%, like whatsoever. It just felt so fucking weird. I've gone to multiple concerts, and I've never felt the like way I felt watching him as I have other artists. Watching SZA, I felt fine, I felt happy, but when I was like waiting for Travis and watching Travis, it just felt like really like eerie, like doomful, like just odd. So in the video I'm about to show, this is when Travis first came on, and he first came on with 8 Flames. The first headline that was released that people died was 8 people. And I'm not saying I didn't have fun. I literally was enjoying Travis's performance, but there was just like a weird feeling inside of me, like that was just like, this feels really odd. Travis knew when people were dead, so last night while he was performing, and still hasn't said anything about it. It was overall just really fucking eerie.
Once again, Travis Scott, you can't lie here, bro. You knew exactly what was going on. There were literally chants in the crowd saying, "Stop the show." Chants in the crowd saying, "Help, help, help." People coming onto the stage, letting you know that there are people dying. Multiple people came onto the stage, might I add, not just these 2 people. Multiple people came on stage to let Travis know what was happening, and he did nothing about it. He was chanting while they were carrying away bodies, and it was just a lot of demonic and evil things going on throughout this concert, and he knew that they were happening. He's literally on stage smiling as they're taking bodies away. He's chanting music. His eyes are dilated. He's just in a whole nother realm. It's so eerie to see all of this stuff going on, and no wonder why people are so afraid and so traumatized and just probably never want to go to a concert again in their lives, because they state the whole thing was eerie. It was literally like going to a demonic funeral with mosh pits. You know, like it was really, really, really horrendous, and Travis knew that it was horrendous. But let's get into Travis finally stating something to these families. And while a lot of people pay attention to his body language, it doesn't seem real for you to be sitting here apologizing about something you already knew about. You could have been apologizing on stage, because that's when you found out, Travis. You did not find out after. You knew certain things were going to happen. And if you pay attention to this young lady that was just speaking, she also states about these bottles that were $7 and water, and that was distilled, whatever. I would have them check those bottles. Check the liquid that are inside of those bottles. What is going on here? Let's keep going.
Don't tell me to breathe. I can't be. Yo, bring me a shot. Bring me a shot.
To the ones that was lost last night, we're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, you know, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, you know, help them get the help they need, you know. I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The city of Houston, HPD, fire department, you know, everyone help us figure this out. So if you have any information, you know, please just contact your local authority.
Two hands to the sky. Two hands up, y'all. Two hands up. Y'all know what y'all came to do. Chase me. Let's go. You gotta hold people in the pit. We'll take care of them. I wanna beat this motherfucker.
Y'all were in there, bro. Shut the fuck up. Exactly right. Y'all weren't in there. People are fucking dying. I'm gonna save somebody's life. That's somebody's kid.
Two hands to the sky.
I'm gonna save them.
Two hands to the sky. Two hands up, y'all. Two hands.
So this young man literally sees a teenager that has passed away, and, you know, from what he can gather, he doesn't know if he's necessarily still alive, but what he's getting, it doesn't seem as if this boy is no longer breathing. And once again, this is not a stampede that is happening with this young man on the ladder. That teenager fell out, and whether cardiac arrest, had a heart attack, he fell out due to another reason that had nothing to do with the stampede. He's yelling, I'm going to save him. I'm not going to just let him sit here and die in front of me. I'm trying to save a life. And for the other concert goers, you hear one of them says like, oh, well, hopefully the mosh pit will take care of him. Let the mosh pit, they'll probably take. What do you mean probably? We aren't, you know, first responders, paramedics. We're not doctors. We're not any of those things. We can't help this person. Like, we need to get them actual help. So let's keep going. In the next clip, unfortunately, we cannot play the audio due to copyrighted music, but make sure you pay attention to the text on the screen because it tells you what is going on while it is happening. Once again, sorry for the inconvenience.
The fact that I was in the front, so they had pulled me out, you know what I'm saying, and then I had got out and I had just stood around, like, not in the crowd no more. But that was during the daytime. So look, let me tell y'all something. Look, all right, so this is when Travis Scott is about to hit the stage. All right, something in my mind told me don't get in the crowd due to the fact of what happened to me earlier that day, you know what I'm saying, with the whole Master P, you know, audience and whatnot. So look, Travis Scott about to perform. It's probably like 100,000 plus people, you know, everywhere, you know what I'm saying, just standing around in the barricades, you know what I'm saying. So it wasn't as bad, but something told me don't stand in the barricade. I sat on the side, you see what I'm saying. I went all the way to like the end of the line, and I was like right there on the barricade, but I sat, like, you know, like took a seat on it so I wouldn't be in the crowd like that. But I kid y'all not, bro. As soon as Travis Scott started, like, as soon as he started, like, all the flame, the fire, the fucking, like, the Phoenix and all that shit, and then he popped out, start going crazy. And like, I'm telling you, as soon as he started going crazy, like the whole crowd started raging and shit. Everybody just screaming, help, help, help. Mind you, I'm sitting on top of the fence. So I'm looking down on everybody and I'm seeing all this shit happening. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers reaching and they crying. I'm trying to pull people out. So look, in the middle, it's a VIP section. Like different celebrities and people who pay like thousands of dollars to sit in the VIP section. Mind you, I'm pulling people out and I'm trying to pull them into that VIP section. That's where like people was pulling people in so they can breathe. So the people in the damn VIP section, they getting mad, talking about why the fuck you pulling people over here in our section. I'm like, man, fuck that shit, bro. These people about to lose their motherfucking lives. You know what I'm saying? So I pulled out this one boy. This boy, he probably like 14 years old. This is a little bitty teenager, bro. This one lady, I kid you not, in the fucking VIP section, literally put her hands on this boy and associated this boy and started hitting him like, didn't I tell y'all don't jump the fuck over? So I end up screaming, I'm like, bitch, who the fuck is you to tell somebody what the fuck they can do? Like, bitch, this ain't your motherfucking concert, bitch. Don't nobody give a fuck about what motherfucking ticket you paid for. Like, these people need some fucking help. So I'm helping people, I'm pulling people out. And like, it just felt like we was like literally like in fucking hell, bro. Like, it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe, you couldn't see. Like, just imagine all the people they gonna find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole fucking concert. Like, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like at least 100 people who dead tonight. Like, I kid you not. Like, in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted. And the medics were trying to give them CPR, and they was flipping them over, and like they was literally turning black and blue. Like, I never seen death in my fucking life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 fucking people laid out dead. And like, once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. It was nothing they could do. Like, this shit really fucked me up and like really spooked me tonight. Like, that was like some demonic shit. Like, and what was so crazy, like, people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like, help. The whole crowd was just going like, help, help, help. And he just kept going, bro. It was like, that shit was scary, bro. It was so demonic, bro. And mind you, y'all see the type of music I make. Y'all see everything. Like, you know, like, I've been so heavily influenced by Travis, but like, after tonight, bro, like, God really showed me, like, you know, like, stay away from that shit, bro. Like, that shit not for you. Because, like, he sacrificed so many people's lives tonight, like, for real. Like, so many people's lives are gone tonight because they want to go to a fucking Travis Scott concert and have fun. You know, he influenced people to be raging and all this shit. So many people broke in, and it was just chaos, bro. It was a living fucking hell, bro. Imagine seeing all those dead bodies, and that was just by me. And the shit got so bad, I was sitting on top of the gate. I was pulling so many people in, helping so many fucking people. And people was just screaming, crying, trying to ask for my help. I got so overwhelmed, I jumped down and I ran out that bitch and I left, bro. Like, this shit really happened tonight. And a lot of people, they, you know, hearing this shit, but like, watch tomorrow, y'all gonna see this shit was no fucking joke. Like, this shit really happened. So many people got injured, so many people died. That shit was so fucking wicked. Like, it was so wicked, bro. Like, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, put nothing on Travis Scott and call him Illuminati, call him no devil worship, but that what the fuck it was, bro. We really went to a concert in hell, bro. You couldn't breathe. I'm talking about everybody was so crushed up on you. It was like literally no room for you to lift your chest up and breathe. Like, you couldn't move. You couldn't fucking breathe, bro. Just by the good fucking grace of God, I was in the front, so they helped me out. But I knew, and I even told people at nighttime, I said, bro, once the sun go down and the main stage opened up, I said, bro, do not go to that fucking, the middle of that fucking crowd, because at nighttime, nobody will be able to hear you. Nobody will be able to see you. Something bad gonna happen, bro. And exactly like that, a lot of bad shit happened. A lot of people lost their lives. A lot of people got hurt. So any parents watching this shit, I would advise you to not send your motherfucking kids to no fucking Astroworld Fest. Let their ass stay at home. That shit was not fun. It was scary as fuck. Like, don't go. And if that bitch still is open tomorrow, don't send your kids. I really hope this shit get canceled. I know tomorrow this shit gonna be on the news for sure.
So shout out to this young man for coming forward and telling his story and what happened and what he saw. Once again, I don't understand why there were teenagers at this concert at all whatsoever, where there's people mosh pitting, there's people drinking, there's all type of drugs that are being done, whether they're snuck in. At most of these big mosh pits, there are a lot of dealers that come here, you know, or to, you know, these concerts with a lot of drugs and things on them so that they can sell them to the participants that are there at the concert. And not all of those things are good. Not all of those drugs are, people are going to survive from. Some people are going to, fall out in convulsions, right there because their body does not agree with what has just been entered inside of it. But once again, when I'm saying with this 14-year-old allegedly, passing out or passing away from cardiac arrest, check those bottles with the merch that was being sold. Why did this boy die? It doesn't make sense. This 10-year-old, not everybody that has passed or is in critical condition was in the stampede. There are a lot of people that are, if you notice, with everybody being carried away, they're not being carried out of a stampede on gurneys. This is before the stampede. That has to be, stamped inside of your mind. Pay attention to these videos and how none of this is happening during the stampede. This is all before. So what happened to these little boys? What happened to these teenagers? Did they drink something that they shouldn't have consumed? Did somebody inject them with something? What happened to these people before the stampede? We understand the aftermath of the stampede. What we don't understand is the sea of bodies that were already gone before the stampede even happened. Okay? Make sure you pay attention to all of that. Teenagers being there at all is just completely inappropriate. Teenagers do not need to be mixing and mingling at any event that an adult is going to be at, especially in that type of environment. And Travis Scott, you and your team ought to be ashamed of yourself for anything like this even happening. It's different sacrificing some adults in an adult situation, but to have these teenagers and kids be sacrificed in the process of your own greed, you ought to be ashamed. Make sure you all come check out part 2. We will get into all of the victims, and we will also get more into the meaning of exactly what happened. Was this a ritual? Was this, just a freak accident? We will definitely break that down more. As of now in part 1, we're just going to break down what is going on in general. There are a lot of conflicting stories, so we will definitely keep diving into this. This is far from over. Once again, rest in peace to all of the people who lost their lives. We're going to have a moment in silence, and we're going to play a couple images of some of the people that are no longer here due to just going to a concert.
Welcome to the life story of Laquana Morris, a young black woman from Harlem, devoted mother, and ex-exotic dancer that is now a published author. Hair flip. a survivor of everything imaginable. Survival on Red Road is a personal journal of the joys, pains, ups and downs of a fighter who refused to let past mistakes define her future. On November 12th, the memoir of Laquana Morris will be available to purchase on her website, www.laquanamorris.com, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and many other book outlets. Let's support our own, the memoir of Laquana Morris, Survival on Red Road.